Get up in here. On in. On in here. On in. As always, gonna test the socials. You get on there. All right. So what's up? What's up? How was y'all week 4? How'd your team do? Now we go. Setting it up, setting up. You like that? Breast Cancer Awareness Month. 49ers hat. Turn it forward for a little bit so y'all can see it. Some teams starting to shape themselves out. Starting to realize who some teams are. Some teams are who we thought they were. Some teams are doing better than we thought they were. As you can tell by the title, Jayden Daniels is doing better than we thought he was. We don't get into it. We don't talk about it. We don't talk about it. Start this countdown. Go right into it. What's up? It's your boy Geechie A. Smith, the Geechster, back with another episode. Professional Fan Sports Podcast and Entertainment. As y'all can see by the title, is Jayden Daniels a top 10 quarterback? Is he? Already? I don't know. I just put that out as mostly clickbait. Yeah, y'all fell for it. Nah, I'm messing with you. But you know how it is. It's our weekly picks. But as always, share it live, share it live. For you, first and foremost, make sure you share it live. Comment, let me know where you at, where you watching from, who you watching with, who you with. Share it live. As always, you can subscribe here on YouTube. That's the YouTube channel. For those that are not on YouTube, I'm streaming across various platforms. Share live, share live. But as always, first and foremost, we start with our fantasy starts and our fantasy sits. We've hit every week so far. We've hit every week so far. Only week we didn't hit was week 1 when I said Evan Ingram. And that was my fault for picking anybody related or associated with the Trevor. So that was actually my fault. But other than that, we've been pretty spot on. We've been doing very well. Um, and you know, we're doing well. We're gonna continue that same trend because some of these things aren't broke, so some of these things we're not going to try to attempt to fix it. So first and foremost, I like Jordan Mason. It ain't broke, don't fix it. It's the number 2 rusher in the league right now. Um, going against a horrible Cardinals run defense. Um, there's not much to say other than that. Jordan Mason is going to get his, and the Cardinals are just historically bad right now on defense. However, it is a division game, so when it comes to picks, gotta be a little leery with that. But however, um, Jordan Mason, he's gonna do his thing. We're gonna stick with that trend. Speaking of sticking with trends, number 1 wide receiver in the league right now as far as yards, Nico Collins. Nico Collins. We like what the Texans are doing with him. He's number 1 receiver for them on an already stacked receiver group. I know Tank Dale's hurt, but your other wide receiver, the wide receiver 2 is Stephon Diggs. You know what I mean? So that lets you know right there. Then plus, hold on, let me get who they playing. Plus the Bills' pass defense is the one they need some milk over there on their pass defense. So we want to continue that trend. Nico Collins is going to get his. I was going to put Stephon Diggs as a revenge type game, but I feel as though I don't know. Stephon's going to get his, maybe a touchdown, but sorry, pardon me. But I feel as though they're going to do a little bit more bracketing on Stephon just to prove a point. Yeah, I like the new 49ers hats or the new league hats. My new 49er hat. I like that joint. Breast cancer awareness. Breast cancer awareness. Intercept cancer. If you was watching the football on a prime time, they were showing a lot of these for different teams. Of course, mine has to be 49ers because it's always bang bang Niners game. Always. Nico Collins. I digress. And lastly, for our starts, we're going with Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson. Yeah, I know it's a rival game and he's playing the Bengals, blah, 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 in Cincinnati. This is a statement game for Lamar. He's fed up. He's sick of the disrespect. Start Lamar this week. You know who we're going to sit? I might not like this one. First one. I might not like the first one. We're going to sit Justin Jefferson. Shit, I know he has a touchdown in every game this year. Hold on, chill. Can I explain my position? Yes, can I explain my position? They're up against a pretty good Jets defense. Outside of blown coverage, 49ers did very well on Justin Jefferson. He's going up against a Salah and a Jets team that are very similar minded in philosophy. I think, yeah, that's it. Have a seat there, Justin Jefferson. Just have a seat. Just this week. You can't be good every week. Yes, you can. You probably will. I would sit him. How are you? There's reasons not being these championships in fantasy. I'm just saying. IJS. After this clickbaity title, who am I sitting at? Jayden Daniels. Why you just talking about a top 10 quarterback? He's playing like one right now. He has the number 1 passing completion percentage in the league by far. What, like 10%? Something like that? I know it's only week 4, but it doesn't matter. He's a rookie. He's playing with poise. The other week, he was, 21 for 23? Like, come on. This is a rookie. I don't care who you're playing. You're in the NFL. playing against grown men. That's what y'all miss. That's what y'all fail to realize. So, but you're going up against a tougher Cleveland defense. And not necessarily it's the defense, and specifically who's calling the shots in that defense, which is Jim Schwartz. He's going to bring that pressure. He's going to put some man on the outside. He's going to force Jayden Daniels to be a quarterback. And once again, he's a rookie. This is his 4th game. So he's bound to have a little bit of down. And I think this is the week that he will have it. And lastly, Patrick Mahomes. We're gonna have a siete Patrick. Siete papi. Have a seat. Have a seat right here. Have a seat. There's room back there on one of the computers. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna look at film, study some film. Or you have a seat for a week. Have a seat there, papi. Why are we sitting? Patrick Mahomes, his number 1 receiver went down. That's one. And you're going up against a pretty good Saint defense. I know they're playing in Kansas City and blah, 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 blah. Patrick Mahomes is not playing that well right now. And that's because defenses are playing them differently. Remember that whole discussion on cover 2 and blah, 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 blah? That was directly related to what's happening to Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. That's why. The league does not like when Taylor Swift's boyfriend is not doing well. They need that money. They need that money. That's why you think they always get away with so many calls. The league needs the Chiefs to make it to the Super Bowl. They need it financially. It's the best financial year they ever had in their lives. They need the Chiefs to get back to the Super Bowl. They need it. It's not even so much Patrick Mahomes, it's because Taylor Swift's there. But have a seat. Have a seat. Just in case you show up late, let's run through the starts and the sits. Because I'm going to get y'all to WNBA playoffs. At least I'm going to get myself to that. I love it. Y'all, that's on y'all. Y'all can be whatever. And then we got the vice presidential debate tonight. That's entertaining TV. That's going to be entertaining TV. I'm not going to, whatever. So here's the starts, because I'm not even going to get into it. Not even going to get into it. I'm already going to get flack because of the colors in this hat. Because people can't even wear color anymore. You know what I'm saying? Anybody know me? I ain't scared of not near piece of color. You see a tad bit of blue in there right there? Right there on the hat. And on me on the shirt. You should see my shoes to match that as well. I get it from my mama. Fantasy starts. Jordan Mason, Cardinals trash. Nico Collins, he's good. Buffalo defense, pass defense, not so much. Lamar Jackson, continue that hot streak. Who we sitting? Good question. Got an answer for you. Justin Jefferson, just for this week. Just for this week. I know he's been on a hot streak. Just for this week. I would, regardless of the title, he's gonna have a seat just this week, just because of Jim Schwartz. Just this week. And Patrick Mahomes, same reasons. Who the defensive coordinator is, and just the nature of what's going on right now. I would start Kareem Hunt, though. That's just a little. If y'all want to snatch him up on the waiver wire, I know he's available in some leagues. He's not in mine, nor do I need him or have room for him. Because in my league, I have Jordan Mason and Derrick Henry. In 2 or 3 of my leagues, I have Jordan Mason and Derrick Henry. How you got 2 number 1 backs? Because I'm a 49ers fan and I've been following. I knew Christian McCaffrey was still going to be the number 1 pick throughout the league just because people don't pay attention to anything other than statistics. People don't watch film. People don't pay attention to injury reports and things like that. I do. I am GM of the mother-loving year. Y'all thought I was going to cuss it. Y'all was nervous. Y'all was scared. Go ahead. I ain't gonna do that to you. I know you got kids watching. I'm GM of the year. I seen it coming. You know who else I snatched up? Juwan Jennings. Killing it. So I got Derrick Henry and Jordan Mason. And I grabbed Jordan Mason in like the last pick in all three of my leagues. All because I play three leagues every year. It depends on which ones I got two in and one I got the one in, so on and so forth. But I grabbed Jordan Mason in every single one of my leagues last pick because nobody knew who he was, except for maybe some 49ers fans. That's why I stay away from drafts that had 49ers fans because they were killing me on the one. The one was a 49er heavy one. And they were one bull just was picking dead in front of me and he kept snatching everything up in front of me. I'm like, this dude crazy. He got the defense to pick before me. He got Kittle to pick before me. He didn't get Jordan Mason though. You ain't get Jordan Mason though. Chump. Or Juwan Jennings. Chump. But anyway. Now, what y'all really here for? You ain't hear me there go on no rant and raving about no nonsense fantasy related. Y'all here for the picks. Y'all here to get this money. So I'm gonna bring my co-host to the stage. And my co-host is always none other than my man, Bleacher Report. We're gonna make it bigger. Watch it. Whoa, watch it. Watch your mouth. Stop, baby. Yeah, probably lose the integrity of it. All right. We're gonna rock with it like that. First up, we got the Bucks and the Falcons. The Falcons, I had a feeling were going to be an intriguing team. I had a feeling they were going to be off to a slower start with Kirk Thuggins. I knew they were going to win a few more games than last year. I'm not saying that they're good, but right now they're serviceable. That defense, I had a feeling the defense was going to play a lot better than they played years prior, just because of the investment that they put on that side of the ball. They really did invest in that. Robinson is who he is. Kirk Thuggins is who he is. Kyle, I guess it's a theme. Everybody's still who they are, though. And they're still the Falcons, and Arthur Smith is still offensive coordinator. So until then, I'm going. I don't know why. Maybe because they're in the Falcon Stadium. Shout out to the Falcon Stadium as always. I say every week because you're the cheapest stadium in the NFL. Food was fire. I had a shrimp po' boy, some fries, and a drink, all for under $20. All for under $20. And it was good. We talking about Georgia food. We talking about a good Southern food. That all for under $20. She said 16 something. I gave her a 20 and got change back. Stadium food for the food and the drink. You know what else they had? Condiments. It's funny, but that's an underrated thing to have in stadiums is condiments. You get to a stadium and they don't have any condiments. It's like, bro, like why y'all got fries ain't not near a piece of ketchup in none of these containers? All these workers just standing around sweeping napkins. Instead of sweeping napkins, ma'am, sir, can you please fill this ketchup? I already have nothing going for myself. I don't want ketchup packets because I got the fries and burger or whatever tender in this hand. I got the drink in this hand. I don't even want to put nothing down anyway because everything's dirty except for the ground, evidently, because that's all they're sweeping. So I want to pump John so I can, you know what I'm saying? Because when I sit down in my little chair that's just big enough for 75% of me and put my cup holder, my drink in my cup holder that barely fits in there, you know what I mean? So I can, because I can't be squeezing packets and eating through this styrofoam, John. You know what I mean? So shout outs to you, Falcon Stadium. Continue doing what y'all do. You do real MVP. Y'all still gonna lose. Um, I don't know why they give me y'all points. But shout outs to you. Next up, we got the Jets and the Vikings. Remember I told y'all to sit Justin Jefferson? Yeah. Because Sauce Gardner and that Jets defense, they're gonna put a hurting on him. Just him though. I still like the Vikings to win. And by at least a field goal. Yeah, because I don't know what's up with the Jets team as a whole, but that Vikings team is serious. The Vikings team might be the best team in the NFC outside of a healthy 49ers team. Yeah, I said it's a homer saying. I don't care what y'all talking about. This is my pod. I say whatever I want. Healthy 49ers is still the best team in the NFC. Bottom line, I don't care what their record is. Records and stats are for losers. I don't care about none of that. They can go 0-16 and still be the best team in the NFC. You got me chopped. You got me all the way minced. Now, in all seriousness, I do like the Vikings beat Jets. Sorry. Next up, we got the Bills versus the Titans. Basically a pick. Yeah, I see the Bills got their wigs blown off by the Ravens, but that's just that style of ball that the Ravens play sometimes. Every once in a while, the Ravens will Raven. And it's like, oh, that's who y'all are. But then the following week, they'll get blown out by the Browns or get spanked by the Jaguars or something stupid. But good teams, John Harbaugh beats good teams except for the playoffs. John Harbaugh will beat a good team except for in the playoffs. So I don't know what it is. Lamar Jackson loves the show out. John Harbaugh loves the show versus good teams except for in the playoffs. Um, it's just a killer mentality. You know what I mean? Something you just play towards your competition. You know what I mean? Josh Allen does the same thing except for in the playoffs. So it's only right that they did that to each other. CJ Stroud is still a baller. CJ Stroud is still a top 5 quarterback in the league as far as statistics wise. Continuing his pattern from last year. He's only in the second year. I'm not expecting him to be Joe Montana, but he's doing very well for himself. And I like the Texans to slow down. Slow down. The Buffalo Bills, especially in Houston. They're in Houston. Good old Texas. Next up, we got the Browns versus the Commanders. Jayden Daniels playing like a top 10 quarterback in the league. This is a what have you done for me lately league. I don't care about anything else that has happened prior to anything other than this year. Because statistically, Brock Purdy's playing like the best quarterback in the league. Sometimes you just gotta throw things out the window and just take it year by year. That's why they do a top 100 players every year, and there's relatively a different person at the top every year. I mean, yeah, you got your consistencies, 1 to 10 more or less ish, 1 to 5. But there's a reason that list fluctuates, especially from 20 to 100. Year by year, people have down years, people have up years. Michael Jordan had down years, Michael Jordan had up years, so on and so forth. But it's just the nature of sports. Competition, coaches, factor. It's a team sport. All these other things matter, right? So we need to stop looking at people's overall body of work when we're measuring quarterback play until they basically retire. Yeah, not retired until they're done. Yeah, that's retired. Or if they're winning chips, because your tiers are right now it's Patrick Mahomes and everybody else. For real. Um, like that's just the nature of the beast, and that's because we know what Patrick Mahomes can do in the playoffs when it matters. Yeah, he might not be the greatest regular season statistical quarterback, but when it comes to the playoffs, he don't lose when it matters. And we're talking about a guy that goes on game-winning drives. So I say that to say Jayden Daniels is balling. He's playing very well. Look at it. This film. He might be my next Tape Tuesday. The reason I didn't do Tape Tuesday today is because I have obligation tomorrow to be somewhere. So we ain't gonna have no show tomorrow. But the following next week, I'm gonna put Jayden Daniels on Tape Tuesday, especially if he puts out a nice tape or not against the Browns. It would be nice to see what he did um, against the Browns. Um, but we rocking with the Commanders. We rocking with the Commanders. Next slate games. We got the Colts versus the Trevors. I think Anthony Richardson is hurt, still hurt. I don't know if he's going to make it. I didn't do a lot of research on his situation as far as how many weeks. But regardless if he plays or if it's Joe Flacco, that did not sway my position. That wasn't going to. It actually might help if Joe Flacco is playing because he plays a little bit more quarterbacking than Anthony Richardson does. Anthony Richardson is hot butter garbage. This dude is inconsistent, inaccurate. I don't see it. I'm not seeing it. Whereas you see it with Jayden Daniels, I don't see it at all. Anthony Richardson is complete opposite. Complete opposite. Um, the Trevors, the Jacksonville Trevors, this might be it for Dougie P. It might be it for you, brother. Not even you, the quarterback whisperer, the one that won a Super Bowl with Nicky Foles. The one that made Nick Foles look like a service quarterback can't even make the Trevor look good. The one that made Carson Wentz look like a serviceable quarterback can't even make the Trevor look good. I'm just saying. With that, just saying, I like the Colts 2.5. I don't care if Jags are at home. Not my concern. Not my concern. Next up, we got the Dolphins and the Patriots. I don't even know. They don't even know. The over-under is at 35.5. One to the, because I get it. Your quarterback is out, but y'all are playing horrible, Miami. You're playing horrible. Like that is crazy. Tua's not that good. He's really not. I don't get it. Those dudes is oh my lord, you're playing horrible. And I'm not even gonna spend a lot of time on this game because y'all are playing horrible. I'm like concerned. Mike McDaniels, you might be up out of here, brother. It might be a lot. It might be a few seasons that are hot. Dougie P, Mikey McD. Especially if you lose to the Patriots, like I think you are. And if y'all make the playoffs, If y'all make the playoffs, you might be coming back there and running playing for Kyle Shanahan again, brother. They already didn't want to give you a job because you're so eccentric. Unless you not make the playoffs. Little boys running out of town. Yeah. Next up, we got the Panthers versus the Bears. I don't know. This is another one that's hot butter garbage. You got it would have been the battle of the number one picks, but number one pick for the Panthers is on the seat on the bench, sulking because Tyrese Maxey stole his girl. So that's evident. That's the rumors why he's not playing so well. Is Tyrese Maxey stole his girl, and he found out about it via the social media like everybody else. That's crazy. You should have known. Should have known. No, I'm not even gonna go there. Not even gonna go there. Yeah, nope. Not even gonna touch it. I'm not even gonna touch it so much. I'm just gonna give you my prediction. I don't know. Maybe I'm buying a little bit into Chandy Dalton more than I should, but we going with the Panthers. I do like that Bears defense, but I think the Panthers are going to actually win. That's a weird thing to say because they're probably the worst team in the league, but I don't know. Something about this screams upset. Take it as you will. Take it as you will. Next up, we got the Ravens versus the Bengals. Yes, the Bengals, because they're not good. Your only win is against the Panthers. This was at 2.5. Now it's at 3. I think maybe because they started looking at the film. It was like, what is going on in Cincinnati? I don't know. I don't know. They do this every year. They start slow, then they get hot, unless Joe Burrow gets hurt. I don't think this is that year. I think they just not that good this year. And according to the spreads, is confirming some of my theory, but I'm with the Ravens on this one. I think Lamar Jackson continues the hot streak. This is one of those hot streaks. He's on fire. He's mad. He's tweeting. When he's tweeting, he's mad. He's playing. He's balling. He's in this game right now. You know what I mean? Next up, we got the Cardinals versus the Niners. Homer me, Homer thee. Not gonna spend a lot of time on it because we already know. We like the 10 points against the Patriots. We like the 7.5 against the Cardinals division game. I know Kyle Shanahan has the worst record against the Cardinals out of any team in our division, ironically, over his tenure. Go figure. Don't know why. Some teams just have. Or big. Some teams just have certain people's numbers and things like that. It's just the nature of the beast. I wouldn't read too much into it. This year, Jalen Graham's coming in. Hopefully, he'll be playing over Devondre Hot Butter Garbage Campbell. Malik Collins wrecking shop. Jordan Elliott's wrecking shop. Samuel O. I like him. Or YGM. Yeah, 49ers. Next up, AFC West battle, 2-2s. I like what the Broncos do from a defensive standpoint. Sean Payton's supposed to be an offensive genius, but his offenses haven't done anything since Drew Brees. The Raiders are the Raiders. Devontae Adams requested a trade. It's already imploding. There's only so much. There's only so far that good old hoorah to take it before you got to start coaching. Antonio Pierce. Now you got to start coaching. Players are unhappy. Your quarterbacks are garbage. Your first pick was Brock Bowers. Don't know why. I heard they wanted Jayden Daniels, but why would you get Brock Bowers? That was just a dumb pick, in my opinion. Um, Whatever. Tony Pierce, time to coach now. Time to coach. I'm not gonna spend a lot of time on this hot water garbage game. I think the Broncos win, especially at home against a very bad Raiders team. Very bad, very very bad Raiders team. Next up, we got the Giants versus the Seahawks. Yeah, ain't a lot to spend on this either. That Jeep Cherokee is crazy. And it's under $9,746. Let me click on that link. Seahawks. They're not as good as they think they are. Then they're better than you think. If that makes sense. This is what they do every year until they get close to the playoffs. So I like for them to continue the streak, especially against the Giants, who just I think Malik Neighbors had a concussion. He might still be out for this week. I mean that doesn't mean anything. It's the Giants, and they still have Daniel Jones as their quarterback. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that. I'm not going to go back and forth with y'all about it either. Next up, we got the Rams. We got Battle of the Coaches. I should have thought about that before I made this pick. The teams are the teams. We got the LaFleur versus Sean McVay, little teacher, Danielson, master teacher scenario situation. Jordan Love is back. I thought Jordan Love, when he got carted off in Brazil, that was the last time we saw him for the year, the way he got carted off and the way his knee looked. The fact that he came back and lit it up, 31 points on fantasy on my bench. I still won each game because of Jordan Mason and Derrick Henry, but could have had a lot more points. Jordan Love is back. He got some of that Brazil magic. If you know, you know. Got down there, got some of that Brazil magic. Took care of that knee immediately. That knee would feel real good now doing it, Jordan. You love that kneecap now, brother. Rams aren't good. Their defense isn't good. Their offense is hurt. I like the Packers to handle the Rams. Last two games. Cowboys versus the Steelers. That's such a 90s game right there. Cowboys and the Steelers. That's also such a 70s. 70s right there too. We could also go to 2010. So every 20 years, it's a good matchup. You know what I mean? 70s, you had the Steel Curtain and the Cowboys, Roger Staubach and America's team and all that. Yeah, they were doing their thing. Even though the Steelers were mollywopping everybody in the Super Bowl in the 70s, they went undefeated 4-0. Cowboys is one of their casualties. Took one of those L's. I think they also took two of those L's. Vikings being the other one, and the Rams. But Cowboys ain't the same now that Dan Quinn's gone. Somebody laughed at me on Facebook when I said there's no coincidence that the Commanders are the number one team in the NFC East. They got the best coach and arguably probably the best quarterback right now. Of course, you're going to be the number one team. That coaching matters and quarterbacking matters. That's why they're the number one team right now in the East. Right now, I think they might win the East. That's bold, isn't it? I think they might win the East. think they might win the East. The NFC. We're talking about the NFC least. We're talking about the NFC least. We really are. The fact that I said that is crazy, but that's a prediction. Um, right now, but y'all know I give my real predictions in the middle of this season, around week 8, week 9, week 10 is when I give my predictions of division winners, Super Bowl winners, so on and so forth. Right now, as of right now, they're 3-1. I'm going with the Commanders. I do like the Cowboys to bounce back against the Steelers. Steelers are still missing something. Justin Fields is still missing something. Their defense is solid. I like them to get after Dak Prescott. That's why I was going to put CeeDee Lamb on my sit-em for fantasy, but I didn't. I like it to be a close game, especially in Pittsburgh, but I do like the Cowboys to pull it out in a close game. I like them to win. That's why I like that point, them getting points. Because when the games, once again, I always say when it's that close, you always look at the quarterbacks. I think Dak Prescott is a little bit better of a quarterback than Justin Fields is right now. It's going to be a good game, though. It's going to be a really good game. And last but not least, we got the Saints and the Chiefs. Last but not least, we got the Saints and the Chiefs. Last but not least, we got the Saints and the Chiefs. Bars. Not really. That was horrible. It's trash. That was the reason I gave up hip hop. Chiefs still undefeated. Saints looking like, I don't know, each week a little different of a team. I guess it depends when they play. Derek Carr is a 50-50 quarterback. So their record is 50-50. 500%, 50%, whatever you want to call it. Chiefs are losing some weapons, though. Rashee Rice. Now they're saying it's not a torn ACL. That's why it's always good to get a second opinion. They say the field evaluation is 98% accurate. That's the 2%. He didn't tear that ACL, so he's still gonna be out for a minute. But that means he's not out for the year, so that's a good thing for the Chiefs. But that doesn't bode well for them in the way the Saints play defense and what's going to happen. Chiefs might win. I like that Saints 5 though. I like the Saints actually to upset the Chiefs. This is that middle of the road game that the Chiefs lose every year. It's one of those Johns. It's that game. It's that upset game. It's that upset game. All right, let's run through all of the picks, all of the sits, so on and so forth, real quick so we can get you out to this WNBA playoff game. And my prediction was always Liberty versus Sun. I had that prediction probably in the middle of the season. I specifically said the Sun over the Liberty in the beginning of the year. So I'm going to just stick with that because that was my prediction in the beginning of the year. Right now, I'll probably say Liberty's the best team in the league. But I'm going to say Sun over the Liberty in the championship just because that was my prediction. Now back to this. So fantasy starts real quick. Jordan Mason. Going to run all over them boys. Like it. Nico Collins. Run all over them Bills. Like it. Lamar Jackson. Run all over them Bungles. We like it. Who we don't like. Justin Jefferson. Just for this week. Specifically, just for this week. Put him on the bench. Start somebody random. Start somebody random. Unless you don't have no choice. If you have no choice, then that's on you. Jayden Daniels, top 10 quarterback, have a seat this week. Just this week, specifically, Jim Schwartz and that defense are coming to town to test your might. And I think this is going to be one of those games. We'll see if you can bounce back. All right. Patrick Mahomes, same reason, because your offensive weapons are out. And I like what they're going to do down there with that defense, specifically. All right. And then the weekly picks, we got the Bucks over the Falcons. I think it's going to outright win. The Vikings mollywop the Jets. I think the Texans beat the Bills. Commanders going to handle the balance. They're going to win. I just think statistically, Jayden Daniels is not going to do the greatest. Colts are going to beat the Trevors. I think the Patriots are going to beat the Dolphins. I think the Panthers are going to edge the Bears. The Ravens are going to do their thing against the Bengals. 49ers are going to handle the Cards. Broncos do their things against the Raiders. Seahawks to trample the Giants. Packers are going to low blow the Rams. Then the Cowboys edge out the Steelers. And I think the Saints edge out the Chiefs. Vice presidential debate tonight. WNBA. I'll be watching the WNBA. I'll catch a debate on highlights because let's be for real. Let's be for real. There's probably going to be a lot of entertainment in that, but I'm not here for none of that entertainment stuff. You know what I mean? I don't care about none of that. Hearing a bunch of liars lie about a bunch of nothing. I ain't got time for none of it. But until next time, it's your boy, Geechee A. Smith. Be nice to each other. Have your pets spayed or neutered in my Bob Barker voice. Till next time.